Tonight at 5, Southern Wisconsin braces for extreme heat and humidity this week. We have everything you need to know. Plus, in 2 days, candidates will take the stage for the Republican primary debate, but the frontrunner says he won't be there. We'll have a preview from Milwaukee. And a first for Quick Trip. They're signing its first NIL deal, but not with an athlete. How other students could benefit from name, image, and likeness deals. It's all ahead. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Well, Southern Wisconsin will be dealing with dangerous heat and humidity in the coming days, calling for alert days. Officials are asking everyone to limit their outdoor activities, stay hydrated, keep an eye out for warning signs of heat stroke and exhaustion. We have team coverage tonight as we prepare for this heat wave. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti out on our weather patio, and Jalen Banks live at Mansfield Stadium on Madison's west side, seeing how student athletes are dealing with this heat. But let's start with Gary for more on these alert days.
You know, it's warm out here right now, Eric, but it is going to get dangerously hot over the next couple of days. Let's start out by taking a look at a first warned weather alert day, actually 3 of them that we have in the forecast for tomorrow, for Wednesday, and for Thursday. All of southern Wisconsin is going to be affected with high temperatures, especially Wednesday and Thursday, near 100 degrees. And you factor in the humidity, and it'll feel like between 105 and 110 degrees. And that is just dangerously hot. You could be dealing with heat stroke in a matter of minutes, especially people who are susceptible to the heat. Heat advisories are in effect for tomorrow for Dane County, as areas to the south, as well as Juneau County. But out to the west, already excessive heat warnings have been issued for tomorrow. They last through Wednesday, and then an excessive heat watch is in effect for all of southern Wisconsin through Thursday for the potential for more dangerously hot weather. Visible cloud track shows at least we've had a little cloud cover today, and that's kept temperatures down a bit. But notice to the southwest across western Iowa, the cloud's just dissipating. That means there's a lot of hot air aloft, and when you see that, that's a sign of a heat wave developing. Low temperatures this morning, pretty comfortable. 62 in Madison, upper 50s north of the Dells, and we'll see similar temperatures for tonight. Right now, temperatures are in the lower to middle 80s, not too bad, a little cooler closer to Lake Michigan, but across Dane County right now, this is comfortable. Compared to the next couple of days, it's not going to be anything like this. 83 right now in Cross Plains, 81 the current temperature in Deerfield. For this evening, look for skies to be partly cloudy. Temperatures will drop into the upper 60s by late evening, but again, the heat and the humidity will come in full force beginning tomorrow. We could be close to record high temperatures as well. I'll have more in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Okay, Gary, thank you. And if you don't have air conditioning, several buildings are opening up availability as cooling centers, and that includes the Beloit Public Library, Janesville's Public Library, the Middleton Police Department, Orfordville's Village Hall, and the Verona Public Library. You'll find a full list of cooling centers at channel3000.com. The heat will make outdoor practices for student athletes a lot more challenging. Jalen Banks live at Mansfield Stadium over by Memorial High School to see how the football team there is trying to stay cool. Jalen?
So back when I played, I was fortunate enough to play on turf, but what was unfortunate was during fall camp and through the early parts of the season, we had rubber black turf pellets that on average would make things 10 to 15 degrees hotter. And luckily here at Mansfield Stadium, home of the soccer team and the football team, they have what they call Brock fill. And so Brock fill is a wood engineered filling for the turf. And on average, it would be 20 degrees cooler than the turf black pellets that you would see typically on a turf field. And part of the reason as to why it gets cooler is it absorbs moisture. And so after a raining day or a wet day, it'll be 40 degrees cooler on average with the Brock fill. And so I've been out here, and as you can see, the soccer team is out here practicing. One of the things that the AD was able to tell me that they've been able to get feedback from the different athletes and the coaches. And the biggest thing and the biggest feedback is that they don't feel the heat radiating up from the field. And so as a former athlete, I can definitely attest to it. And I've wished that I was able to have some of this Brock fill instead of the black rubber pellets back from when I was playing. But reporting in Madison at Mansfield Stadium, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
Yeah, new surface this year. They were grass last year at Mansfield Stadium. We'll see how that works out, keeping them cooler. Stay up to date on the weather by downloading our First Warn Forecast weather app. Hourly forecast, latest radar, and it'll also alert you about severe weather in your area. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather. The eyes of the country will be on Wisconsin this week as Republican presidential hopefuls meet in Milwaukee for the first debate of the 2024 election cycle. Political reporter Will Keneally is there with everything you need to know heading into the debate.
Now, it may be news to you that Wisconsin is the site of the first presidential debate here in Milwaukee, with at least 8 candidates on the stage here behind me. Now, that's a lot to sift through, but we spoke to some political experts on your behalf for the best way to cut through the noise on Wednesday.
I think every voter needs to have that set of priorities.
The key to cutting through that noise when you hear politicians at this first Republican debate? Create a list of issues that matter to you, and then listen for those to determine
which candidate has the most compelling record and vision on those issues.
That's a tricky needle to thread for those candidates, as former Governor Scott Walker describes.
That's something I found out firsthand. That just doesn't work in debates and in the campaign overall, that you can have the greatest record possible, but then you have to translate that into clearly articulating messages about what you'll do as president.
Walker ran for president in 2015 and says the person that did that well is also the current GOP frontrunner.
Donald Trump caught people's attention 8 years ago because, particularly in the debates and in his rallies, he was very clear. He was going to build the wall. He was going to drain the swamp. There were clear, concise things that he was going to do, that he was focused on. People believed it. He acted on those things, and that's why he ended up winning the presidency in 2016.
Trump won't be at the debate stage, however, opting to do a separate interview, leaving room for one of the other candidates to chart their own path.
If anybody else wants to take his place as the nominee, they're going to have to do something just like that, but in their own way.
Now, we'll have full coverage here in Milwaukee ahead of the debate Wednesday night. Reporting from Milwaukee, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
And stay with News 3 Now as our reporting teams join us live from the debate in Milwaukee throughout the day on Wednesday. News 3 Now this morning, anchor Chris Stanford will give you everything you need to know in the morning. Reporters Will Keneally and Catherine Merck will be tracking the debate live from Fiserv Forum throughout the evening. Quick Trip has signed its first NIL deal. It's not with an athlete, but if the Badgers are playing well, this student is too. Our Catherine Merck explains what it means for other students who could benefit from name, image, and likeness deals. Catherine?
This is Will Hazeltine. The 21-year-old is the first college student to team up with Quick Trip under an NIL deal, which he tells me, not to toot his own horn, is kind of a big deal. The mellophone player says online that his passion is fueled by Quick Trip. Some members of the social media team with the brand tell me Will's perspective as a member of the marching band was a unique way to approach their first deal.
When looking at NIL partnerships, we really wanted to choose somebody who embodied the Midwest culture, and Will really had the passion for Quick Trip, so it really fits into that NIL category versus just an influencer, especially because that's not his job, or he's not famous in a way, or he's not crafting content for a career. So it definitely fits more in that NIL route, just in his own unique way.
The marching band is not part of the athletic department, but ever since athletes have been allowed to partake in NIL since 2021, these kind of deals prove just how important that decision was for equality among students with their own following. I'll have more on these kind of contracts that have been expanded over the past few years coming up tonight at 6 on News 3 Now.
Catherine, thank you. As more students head back to school, worries over crises like active shooters, weather emergencies, bullying, they can all be top of mind for both parents and students as well. Ivan Rodriguez shares advice from the experts to get the school year started right.
Going back to school can be stressful, but experts say there are steps you can take to alleviate anxiety and be prepared for any scenario.
If we can empower them to feel like they're responsible for their own safety and that there's things that they can do to feel safe so that there isn't so much fear.
Lori Olin from Allied Universal, a security services company, recommends keeping open communication with your school, understanding the protocols for emergencies, and identifying safe adults who your child can turn to for help.
Know who those people are. That's number one, and that's for students of any age. For higher education, it's just as important to know who those trusted adults are on campus.
Online safety should also be a priority.
Encouraging children not to share passwords, don't talk to strangers, be mindful of online bullying.
That advice extends to parents as well. Byron Lowens of the University of Michigan says to think twice when posting those back-to-school photos on social media.
It can reveal personal information about your child. This information can be potentially used by predators or other criminals to track your child down.
With so many safety concerns to take into consideration, mental health expert Aaron Pash recommends focusing on the positive and empowering your child.
Kids are so resilient and they're so trusting. If we set the tone the way that we want them to have an experience, they're usually very accommodating and adaptive to that.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Health officials are bracing for major viruses to start spreading all at about the same time this fall, but there are some new vaccines to help slow the spread. Doctors say a late September booster shot is expected for COVID. It is spreading right now, but hospitalizations remain lower than in years past. Flu shots are suggested by Halloween, and experts do predict illnesses like RSV and the flu, which are both at very low levels now, will settle back into their seasonal patterns this year. Next at 5, Gary has the complete look at the upcoming heat-related alert days, plus how these extreme temperatures could impact your garden. Some tips on protecting those outdoor plants after the break, and mixed results to open the week on Wall Street. The Dow falling another 37 points, but the NASDAQ with a strong 207-point climb. The S&P adds 30. We'll be right back.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice to be greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
Construction invites you to celebrate summer with our hot summer sale. We're talking about hot savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our hot summer sale. Save 23% off gutters or insulation with any full siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
High temperatures will be in the 90s to near 100 degrees the next 3 days, and the humidity will make you feel hotter. At 6, I'll let you know how hot it'll get and how hot it'll feel.
And NIL contracts aren't just for athletes. You'll meet the non-athlete from the UW who just inked a deal. That's tonight at 6.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Cleanup across Southern California is now underway in the aftermath of Tropical Storm Hillary. This was the first tropical storm to hit the West Coast in more than 8 decades, bringing record rainfall and lashing winds with it. And today, the National Guard helping dozens who need rescuing because roads are impassable in some areas. Forecasters warn more flash flooding as well as mud and rock slides are possible.
This was all water, like a lake, all through here, the backyards, the side yards. But it happens so seldom, you know. I like the people and I like living here, but it makes you wonder if maybe I'm living in the right place.
Well, Hillary also hit parts of Nevada, and in Yuma, Arizona, trees and power lines are down from the storm's 60-mile-an-hour winds. President Biden and the First Lady set to visit Maui to get a first-hand look at the massive destruction there caused by the wildfires. At least 114 people have been confirmed dead now. Jordan Segundo has the very latest from Hawaii.
President Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden are traveling to Maui to survey the destruction caused by the deadly wildfires.
It really feels different when you're on the ground and can see the total devastation of Lahaina town. And then he'll talk to some of the families that have been impacted by this.
Flames engulfed the historic town of Lahaina almost 2 weeks ago, killing over 100 people, including Luis Vargas' son. The 14-year-old was home alone when the fire started.
When I got to his bedroom, he was there, lying and hugging my dog. But he was not as I expected, in ashes.
The Maui County Mayor now says 850 people are listed as officially missing. He's thanking the FBI and local police for locating 1,200 individuals.
We are both saddened and relieved about these numbers as we continue the recovery process.
This man has been putting up posters with pictures of his stepfather, hoping he might still be found alive.
We don't know if he might have left early or ran into another area where it was bad or so, and they might have diverted him back and he might have been going around in a circle.
While the work here goes forward, frustration is mounting about what some view as the slow and inefficient federal response.
Just disappointed. They dropped the ball in more ways than one.
The Biden administration says it plans to continue to bring in resources to support the needs of the people and be there for Maui as long as it takes. Jordan Segundo, CBS News, Maui, Hawaii.
And President Biden is expected to appoint a new chief federal response coordinator to oversee the federal recovery effort there. FEMA says it's distributed over $8.5 million so far to about 8,000 Maui families. And if you'd like to help people affected by those fires, get in touch with the Red Cross. You can donate by phone calling 1-800-HELP-NOW or the other number there on your screen. For more ways to donate, look for this story at channel3000.com. Wisconsin will be dealing with some dangerous heat and humidity this week. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi with more details.
And we're not alone. This is a massive heat wave that will be affecting the central part of the country over the next couple of days, even beyond this weekend into the early part of the weekend. Excessive heat warnings are in effect from San Antonio, Texas, all the way up to the Twin Cities and basically cover the western parts of our viewing area. Excessive heat watches are in effect for southeastern Wisconsin, including Madison, parts of Indiana, and down into the New Orleans area. And heat advisories are on either side of that. So the central part of the country is just going to bake over the next few days. We have a first warn weather alert days in the forecast, actually, from Tuesday through Thursday. All of southern Wisconsin is going to be affected. The problem is we could be looking at high temperatures, especially Wednesday and Thursday, near 100 degrees. But you factor in the humidity, and it'll feel like it could be as warm as 110 degrees. And we're already seeing heat index readings between 110 and 125 degrees over parts of Kansas. So that is just dangerously hot. In fact, as you take a look at the last time we had temperatures this warm, last night, 95-degree day was last year, but the last time we hit 100 degrees was on July 6th of 2012. So that was over 10 years ago. It hasn't been that hot in a while. And as we take a look at future track heat indices, this is what it feels like between the temperatures and the dew points. This is tomorrow afternoon. Near 100 in Madison, but in the lower triple digits out to the west of us, maybe close to 110 in Prairie du Chien. Then at night, those heat indices stay like in the mid to upper 70s. You don't get much of a break. On Wednesday, we could be looking at heat indices in the triple digits through most of southern Wisconsin, maybe as high as 110 degrees in some areas. And then as we get into Thursday, pretty much the same story. Around 100 in Madison, hottest weather probably just to our south and west. Maybe a late breeze starting to kick in late in the day that could start to drop temperatures a little bit. But when you're talking about heat index readings this high, you could be dealing with heat stroke or heat exhaustion very quickly, in just maybe an hour or so if you're outside. Three things you need to know in the forecast. Near record heat possible from basically Wednesday and Thursday, but in some areas perhaps even tomorrow. Then we're looking at dangerously high heat index readings with those heat index readings from 100 to 110, and then we'll turn less humid and less hot as we head into the weekend. So something down the road to look forward to. As we check out our forecast for tonight, across Dane County, look for low 64 Madison, 64 Verona, 64 Middleton. Not a bad night overall. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 70 for the low in La Crosse, 64 in Baraboo, 61 in Watertown. But those winds kick in out of the south tomorrow. Temperature jumps up to 91. The heat index here in Madison probably between about 94 and 99, but probably in the triple digits west of Dane County. And as we look at our first warn 7 to 10 day forecast, near 100 on Wednesday and Thursday. A little bit of a drop in temperatures on Friday, although the humidity level stays high. There might be a thunderstorm at night. And then some relief. We head into the weekend. Most of next week, high temperatures mid-70s to around 80. Lots of sunshine. No rain really in the forecast there. But at least the humidity levels come down and it'll feel much more comfortable. As we check out first warn traffic right now, I'm not seeing any issues on the Beltline. Traffic moving pretty steadily there. The interstate also in good shape. But as those temperatures ramp up over the next couple of days, there are going to be pavement buckles out there. Right now, travel time's about a 14-minute trip either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and the interstate. Quick 17 minutes from Sun Prairie into downtown on East Washington Avenue. Going outbound, it's a 20-minute trip. Middleton to Sauk City on US 12 is 16 minutes. Quick 23 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Okay, Gary, thank you. And you'll want to keep an eye on your lawn and other outdoor plants as we deal with these warmer temperatures. Plants can sometimes go through heat stress during long periods of the extreme heat, and that can permanently alter the way they function and grow. We spoke with plant expert Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company earlier today, who shared some watering tips.
You don't have to bring anything inside at this point, but the thing to remember is when you have plants that are in containers, that when they get super hot, sometimes they go a little dormant and they're not taking up as much water. So if you see your things and they're starting to wilt, what you're going to want to do is check the soil. And if the soil is wet, then just hold off. If the soil is dry, then water. And that would go for anything that you have growing in pots, veg, flowers, annual grasses, whatever you have.
Lisa also said beech and birch trees as well as shady hydrangeas are at most risk of drying out, so make sure they're getting the water they need in the coming days. You can watch our full interview at channel3000.com. Well, as restaurants continue to bounce back from COVID, how a New York eatery is bringing back an old way to grab a bite to eat. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Mark, a little help here? Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Let Feldco be the experts in your home renewal. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest for 1 year. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one, get one free ends Labor Day. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
Makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Labor Day is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjord's furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjord's furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, the restaurant business can be quite challenging, but one New York restaurant says business is booming after they revived an old idea. Michael George shows us how the automat may be making a comeback.
A visit to the Brooklyn dumpling shop might be confusing. There's no cashier, no wait staff. You'll find menu items in these little heated lockers, a reboot of a 100-year-old concept called an automat.
Technology killed the automat. It's time for technology to bring back the automat.
Automats started in the early 1900s and looked something like a giant vending machine. Customers put in coins to pull out their selection, but the automat's popularity faded, and eventually they shut down.
There's two ways.
Brooklyn Dumpling Shop co-founder Stratus Morfogen says this modern automat has some updates. First, customers use their phones to order. The food is cooked, then it goes into the locker. A text alert tells customers their order is ready for pickup using a code.
Scan your phone.
Scan it right there.
Yep, it'll tell you which locker to go to.
And then
it's
the door
number
opens.
6.
What are the advantages of this system?
We're respecting your time. So if you go to our web, place an order, pick a time, you could come in and out in 10 seconds.
The concept has customer appeal.
I like to run late, so they keep it warm and hot for me. That'd be perfect.
I think it's amazing, and I think it's really something for the future.
Morfogen says with just 3 employees, they can serve 200 to 300 customers a day.
I believe this will save our industry. When we get like the TikTok generation of the 15 to 30-year-olds, they come in and they're super comfortable with this concept because they live off their phone.
They've invested in this idea from the past being the future of restaurants. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Now, a few other companies and restaurants have tried bringing back automats over the last 10 years, but with limited success. We'll have a final check, your first warn forecast, after a short break. Stay with us.
Trust your feet to Morgan's shoes.
Why Nout? Why not? Feel the comfort and durability of Nout footwear at Morgan Shoes. Nout shoes and sandals feature full-grain leathers in a multitude of colors. Nout's cork and latex composite insole is designed for daily comfort and support, and they are made to last. You'll enjoy Nout's luxury. Shop Morgan Shoes, Hilldale, for your next pair.
Morgan Shoes, trusted since 1961.
Morgan Shoes, Hilldale.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhafels. The new Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with a one-of-a-kind cooling technology that feels up to 10 degrees cooler, allowing for a better night's sleep. Queen Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattresses are just $83 per month when you use Steinhafels' 72-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com, your sleep solution destination. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or current Chevy owners get $7,500 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Get 11% off our great selection of Morton water softeners at Menards. Morton's look-ahead technology learns and predicts your water needs, saving you money. This 34,000 grain water softener is $417.99 after rebate. Take your appliances home today. We carry innovative and dependable appliance brands including KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, Amana, and Criterion. Save over $550 on this Whirlpool washer with a removable agitator and dryer set. After sale price and rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
We wanted to be able to enjoy all 4 seasons, and patio enclosures helped us make that dream come true.
The one and only patio enclosures.
I'm saving with Liberty Mutual, Mom. They customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. You could save $700 just by switching.
Oh, let me put a reminder on my phone. On the top of the pile.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Wow, this is where you work now? Figured I deserved a more inspiring space. And with home values being up, I had a lot of equity. So I got a home equity line of credit from Summit, and voila, added a home office.
Took your business to the next level.
Hey, you two have been in your place for a couple years now. Any fun plans?
Well, we just finished a refi with Summit.
Really?
And the plan is to make a bunch of great memories.
We're gonna use the savings to get a camper.
Whatever your goals, Summit Credit Union can help you use your home's equity to go get them.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, President Biden is on his way to the devastated Maui as the community continues to search for loved ones and answers. Our new reporting tonight about the now resigned emergency management official and where he was when the fires broke out. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And coming up next hour, a law enforcement agent with the Wisconsin DCI will stand trial next year in a case involving the shooting in our area of Quadrin Wilson last February. All the details tonight on News 3 Now at 6. An important forecast, Gary, keeping a close eye on the heat coming our way. But today, we're going to be okay, comfortable.
Yeah, there's enough cloud cover out there to kind of keep temperatures down a little bit. Right now, you can see that hazy sunshine over Madison. A little more sunshine over southwestern Wisconsin in Platteville. Take a look at current temperatures, and definitely is warmer out to the west. Notice it's 86 in Boscobel, 83 in Platteville, 85 in Prairie du Chien, whereas north and east of Madison, temperatures are still in the upper 70s. Here in Dane County, Madison right now, 81, 82 degrees in Perry, but 81 degrees in Deerfield across Dane County.
All right, we'll be back in 30 minutes with more updates on News 3 Now at 6. The CBS Evening News is coming your way next.